Hello. Is one allowed to do physical therapy on Shabbat? There are always three levels when we're talking about a sick person. Kollel Shaarei Ezra, Kollel Shaarei Ezra, and michush. A person that has a life danger, which is allowed to violate the Shabbat in order to save his life. A person that is sick, when he's sick, then the restrictions of not taking medicine or doing medical things for him would be permitted, as long as you're not violating the Shabbat in things that are not permitted. That is Kollel she'en bo sakana. He doesn't have life danger, but he is sick. And then you have michush. Michush means somebody that has pain, whether it's a headache, stomachache, something that he tolerates. It's just a little bit uncomfortable to the level that he doesn't have to go and lie down. Once he has to lie down, or it shoots throughout the whole body, then he has a category of Kollel sheyesh bo sakana. Now let's talk about physical therapy. When a person has a limb that stopped working, lo alenu, or it might stop working if he doesn't do physical therapy, he's allowed to do the therapy on Shabbat, and you can have a Jew helping him do that therapy on Shabbat. But one should make sure that he should not violate the Shabbat in any form. He can't use electronic instruments, tools, whatever is not permitted on Shabbat. So for that, he should use things that are manual. A person that would not lose the limb, but he has pain, he can function regularly, he's considered like a Kollel she'en bo sakana. In that scenario, he would be allowed as well to do physical therapy on Shabbat. Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says that even a person that started doing therapy and is just continuing, even though the body's now fine, but he's continuing on Shabbat, if he's doing simple therapy, nothing special, nothing too complicated, he's not using a treadmill, he's not using heavy weights or things like that, he is permitted to do simple therapy. I'm not saying that doing exercise on Shabbat with weights is asur. That's a different discussion that we had, that the poskim discussed whether a person is allowed to exercise, lift weights. That's a different discussion. But for therapy itself, as a form of healing yourself, one should use simple therapy when he is completely healed. He just wants to strengthen his body, strengthen his limbs. That would be permitted in such a thing. Even breathing exercise would be permitted, says the Shmirat Shabbat Kilchata, if he started already from beforehand. So therefore comes out that doing simple therapy for such scenarios would be permitted in any case. If he has to use real therapy with a therapist, PT, that will come and work him out really hard, it's permitted under the scenario we said in the beginning, either that his limbs are not working or they're not working so well, or we're afraid they'll degrade and go downward if he's not exercising, or even if he's just in pain, that will be in a category of Kollel she'en bo sakana, which means he's not operating the way he should and he's not functioning the way he should. For all those things, it would be permitted to do physical therapy.